weird.
We're
right back at the same spot.
We made it as far as we did before. What's up, everybody? In today's episode of Cars and Cameras, we're taking our Shifter Kart 2.0 for its first test drive. We have a candy cart that we bought for cheap, and we basically bolted on the rear half of a four-wheeler in the last episode. It has a 5-speed, it has reverse, it has independent rear suspension, and it has potential 4-wheel drive. So it's gonna be sweet. In today's episode, we need to install our shifter, our other linkages, and we need to install our twin power plants, link them together, and send the power to the transmission. It's gonna be interesting. Let's get started.
We don't even know if the transmission works.
No, we don't. That'll work. Nice.
I feel like this feels kind of natural.
Oh dear. We can cut that one out if we have to. You broke character, man. Shift. So the 5-speed there would make you feel more comfortable.
Well, you know what? Maybe both of us need to be in here so we. All right. Well, I'm fine with either or. I just think that maybe we ought to concentrate here.
That's fine.
Okay.
Let's focus that 5-speed and then the shifter on the floor.
Getting out is an issue with the shifter on the floor.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've swapped cables. I'm thinking I'm gonna use the original cable that was on this cart for our dash mounted shifter. I got the cable down there at the base of the like right at the steering box. I'm thinking the linkage is going to go way down there, and there'll be a lever going up and down operating this cable, which goes to the back shifter.
It's
back there. Yep, right there. Charles is working on the forward and the reverse. So he's got
this nice 45-inch heavy-duty cable from GoPowersports.com. Links in the description.
In the description.
Yeah, I'm new at this still.
So that is originally a cable for, if I'm not mistaken, a brake.
It's a heavy-duty brake or clutch cable or something like that. So
we've got it hooked up down here.
Yeah, give it a, let's see.
Yeah, and we're gonna make a bracket right there where I'm holding the hand. Yeah, my hand is the bracket.
So we're gonna go into forward and then reverse, forward and reverse.
Yeah, it's working.
So luckily this is a very low tension shifter, so a cable will work. If it had a lot of force, the cable would probably do this.
Just kind of bow.
And it's nothing wrong with the cable. It's just it's not designed for what we're using.
It's not designed for push.
It's not designed for push.
Pull.
It's only designed for pull. So luckily for us, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Basically gonna have two pieces like this welded to the frame down here, and this side's gonna be open so that way we can remove the front drive shaft out that way. It's gonna be two pieces here and here. Nice thick metal. Should be just strong enough because we're only pulling it back and forth, nothing crazy. All right. I can pretty much just weld this at a 90-degree on that little flat bar that I have, and then it just wherever it needs to be, I'll weld it underneath this underneath the shifter bracket for the right spacement.
maybe we should move the computer duster
It's CO2.
so it'll put out a fire.
I don't know.
Tell me when it's on fire. Let's see if it puts it out.
Oh, so it's like blowing on it. Pretty
Well,
much.
it should be CO2.
I fired up the lathe to turn down our shifter rod, and it was cutting beautifully until either our phase converter or electric motor on the lathe died. All right, happy Monday morning, everybody. Over the weekend, we had some parts come in, so we ordered a bunch of sprockets so we can install our engines and build our jack shaft, which is going to tie our two engines together and send it down to our 5-speed transmission. So that's what we're going to be tackling today, as well as probably the shifter. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is certainly a tight fit. That's okay. All right, so we got this brand new live axle kit from GoPowersports.com, and we're going to use it for our jack shaft on this setup. Let's see if we can mock it up. I love the way that these hangers are, because you can pretty much just stand the thing up right where you need it.
Yeah, you rotate it however you need them and tack them in place.
But that's the beauty of having this full kit like this, is because you can kind of put it wherever you need it for strength or whatever. You don't have to cut any corners. Oh gosh. All right.
So here's what we got. Have our sprocket going on there.
I may flip that around, but
Yeah, that's
we
fine.
want this as close to the bearing as possible.
For more strength, exactly. So this to that, and then that one down to our transmission.
And then we got the other one over here. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. The crankshaft on this engine, luckily this is like a donor engine, needs to be cleaned up. The sprocket won't even slide on it right now. Cover?
Yep.
I hope. As you can see, I've got both engines dressed, ready to impress, but I need to bolt them down and get them lined up, get some chains cut, sprockets on there, fuel line, throttle cable, a few odds and ends, kill switches maybe, but just a few things like I mentioned, and I'll be ready to test fire this thing. Hopefully it's in neutral, but I'll clear everything out the way just in case. But let's see. Gotta cut 2 chains to fit that. And we've already got our jack shaft. Golly, that's hard to see. We've already got our jack shaft chain from the middle sprocket down to our transmission. And then here's our jack shaft chain adjuster. We've got one on the other side, so the engine plate actually goes up just a little bit. So yeah, you want to see something really interesting? You can pull start just one engine, but it's a lot on the one pull starter. So you kind of have to get both going out here and give her a, oh my gosh. That's an interesting concept. Blow both shoulders out at once. Oh, hold on. It sounds funny, but it's ready! Okay, I think we got a little bit of self-clearing going on, but whoa, that was cool. I don't know where the noise was. Oh, well, one of my set screws was coming out here.
We were gonna time them 180 out, but Charles said
I got a little bit too eager.
he just threw them together.
I forgot.
What?
I didn't know they were supposed to
Dude,
be timed.
So I did it off camera this morning, dude. You gotta try to start these motors right now.
You gotta do both.
Yeah.
So like, pull this one out. One of.
I got this.
You got.
I got
should
this.
have it I think, below. 'Cause- hey.
Oh.
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 Are they choked?
Yeah. All right. What we need is throttle.
Yeah. That's what we're working on this morning.
Yeah, let's put the throttle on it and it'll probably crank right up.
Well, good thing
Sweet.
I went to GoPowersports.com and ordered these bad boys.
I thought you were going to say you went to Go Power Sports. I was going to be like, man, you drive fast.
There's just too much junk in the trunk. I gotta clean up.
Yeah. So these are our 2 throttle cables coming up.
Yep.
So I basically need a way to hold these still so that these cables can get pulled when the throttle is placed.
You know, we can probably drill a couple of holes in the floor and put some cable zip ties.
Oh, that's a
zip
good
tie 'em
idea.
and then we can use some coat hanger to go to the gas pedal.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Boom. Look at that. Done.
D-U-N, done.
So we're pretty much ready to fire this thing up. We're just adding a little bit more oil to our transmission. We have throttle. Dude, this is ridiculous. We have a cable zip tied going through the chassis right there. Oh, which it's our cable stop thing. Okay, that's kind of cool. And we'll sync up the engines, I guess, after we fire it up.
More permanent mounting location, yeah.
And we don't know what our engine timing is. We're not worried about that right now. We just want to hear it fire up. Maybe take it for a quick spin. You tell them like what engines we have in here?
No, I'm not even sure.
I'm not
No,
even sure.
I didn't give the backstory on it, because I know both. Golly, they're pre-Charles on the channel. So.
Yeah, these are both built engines. This one's a 196 that was on our Trailmaster for the longest time. The crankshaft broke in half, so we put a new one in there. This is.
That was what was
this
that the
one's
original
old.
$1,500 engine?
Yeah, that was a really high.
That was
end.
the big valve.
Yeah. So
And-
these are oldies but goodies. They make a
Yeah.
lot of power, but they're both up there on ours.
Yeah, I noticed the
One of them smoking.
but that doesn't matter. I'd still run it.
It's a little,
Putting the good stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
ready? 1, 2. Someone's got to grab the throttle.
I got it.
Oh, 2, 3. Don't let her. Oh,
That's okay. Ready?
we're gonna
Yep.
do.
All right, I'm not on the throttle. Oh, we don't have any kill switches, do we?
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
There's kill switches.
Okay.
What happened?
I didn't check that one.
Oh, So we're still losing parts.
But that's okay. We're figuring things out.
Yeah.
What keeps happening? We keep losing parts.
It lost the
Master Link's little part.
So I had to run to the store to grab a new Master Link because this one exploded and we ran out. Meanwhile, the guys have been working on a shifter real quick. What? Oh boy.
What?
2x4 technology.
It's just kind of temporary.
What am I looking at?
Don't worry about it.
So that's a U-bolt and a piece of 2x4. That's pretty good.
It ain't stupid. It ain't stupid if it works.
Absolutely. So what it looks like to me is that we have our 2x4 is our hold down for the shifter. And then you've welded a pipe on the steering rack and that pivots.
Yes.
And then Charles is welding up a shift handle right now. Oh,
That's
that's
gonna be
super
welded.
simple, dude.
That's going to be welded on there, and it's going to come back, and we'll be able to shift it.
And we're going to have to cut it out as soon as we do four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be fine.
But when we get the four-wheel drive, I'll probably put a pivot point on top of the unit and do a little bit different linkage so we can go underneath the, because this go-kart does not look right with that without the cover
Yeah.
on it. So we're just trying to get this thing going for the time being. I say we try it.
Okay. Let's
Cool.
try it.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
I think the key fell out of that one. The gear seems to be, if you pull start it, it'll probably
Wobble?
Yep,
Yeah,
there
it's
we
not
go.
even running. Or it's not even geared.
Dude,
Yeah,
what?
the key fell out.
This thing is insane.
So-
This is so terrifying.
We can't leave it. We're not putting Loctite on any of the set screws because we're not done. We're just trying to get it on a test drive, and I guess the amount of vibrations are just shaking them out. Because no matter how tight we get them, they're gone.
All right, it's
That's a
lunchtime,
bummer. We made it 10 feet.
if even.
Well,
They're
yeah, we done it.
We go out to lunch and we come back.
I saw you going towards the junkyard, and I was just, you know.
What are you gonna do with this thing?
I don't know. It's compulsive buying. I was doing the online bidding thing, and I was after a Caprice. There was something else I was after, and the prices just went kind of crazy, and they wanted like $300 for this thing, and like in the last 30 seconds of this being bid on, all of a sudden it dropped down to $75, and I was like, ding! And no one outbid
I
me.
hope this-
What if we take these two wheels and make a mini bike out of it? Although instead of a mini bike, it's a maxi bike.
Yeah, I said a trike, but there's no way we could put a drive system on this axle. So,
It'd be tough.
I don't know. Let us know down in the comments.
we lost the
everybody okay?
Yeah, no, we're good. The primary drive chain popped off.
Yeah.
The sprocket on the transmission, it keeps the set screws keep coming out. So
A lot of vibration.
I don't know.
Loctite?
I think he Loctited those, but
What?
if we missed any, it was probably those two. So I'm gonna go get the 4-wheeler.
I'm ready, sir. Oh!
So the boys say it's ready to go again.
Well,
I don't know how it's going to be any different
I'm
this
tucking my
time.
shirt in case I get splashed.
yeah, I don't know where it's going to be different either. We lost the chain because it rubbed what I think it rubbed the
Master
engine
link.
plate, and it knocked the lock
Master link.
master link loose. That's, I think. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
I fell.
Why is this thing only spinning one tire?
I have
Dude,
no
I think
idea.
we blew out this CV axle. This hub is completely gone.
We probably broke an axle. Dang it! You know what? It's weird. We're right back at the same spot.
We made it as far as we did before. And I already rolled up the strap. I'll be back. Perfect.
See why we got stuck?
The CV axle has left the chat.
And that was a
the
problem.
hub and the hub bearing. Yep.
That was a problem before we started this.
Yeah, but it was still kind of grabbing.
It ain't grabbing
It
anymore.
ain't grabbing no more. Oh man, I got wrapped up.
Yep.
All right, so
I was wondering why we got stuck so easy.
we didn't lose any chain, and we didn't lose any.
I think it's because it went to one
So
tire.
that's a win.
That's a win, yeah.
We were thinking of doing a single turbo into both engines on this build, but we need to do some like thrash testing before we do that to see if it'll even hold itself together for longer than 5 minutes like it did today. So you'll see that on the next episode of Cars and Cameras. Thank you all for watching. We're going to get that axle fixed up. Leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying the build, and we will see you next time.
Hold on, let me help you.
Dude.
That was my motor tension.
That was not comfy.